Hey guys, I have no idea how to deliver it, so I gonna go just freestyle. We're gonna take a look on the test server on the Hydra rebalance, what changed and stuff. I'm gonna do a normal video now about normal teams, what changed, so you kind of you know already what's gonna exist in, I think, 2 days for you. And I will make another video about Trunda and Wixwell. I can already tell it is dead. It is it is really dead. But Trunda, there will be another video about it. So what we're gonna test in this video is how everything changed. And I'm gonna tell you it's worse than I ever thought. So we're gonna take a look from a early game team, from a mid game team, and a end game team. So first of all, we're gonna take a look on the hard mode for a team that is meant to do a kind of early beginning where you don't have the most damage in the world. What does it change for you and all that? But also I want to mention that maybe, guys, I need your special support these days. They basically killed the half of my channel, so I'm really demotivated to find out teams and everything because they kind of have something against this to go outside of the box. So maybe if you want to share a little bit love, press that like button, subscribe if you haven't done already. Maybe you watch me for a long time and never subscribed, but now is the time. I really need the special support. So we have a mid-game tier. Let's just go in there. What will change about a team like this? This team right here has missing some key components. Like increased speed, that makes your run way better if you have decreased speed, increased speed, provoke, block buffs, all those things. This team has basically everything besides a increased speed, so we're missing on stuff. This is early game, when you kind of put your epics in there and try to get something. What will it change for you? Obviously, you get your damage cut by 1/3 because of the turns. And maybe before you were able to go on turn limit with a team like this because you were strategizing, manually, holding your skills back and all that. But now it will completely change because that Eden bar, when you get Eden, gets bigger and bigger. You already know that. And those teams, they will basically suck the most because they will lose so much. If you weren't able to get your 1.2 billion, now it's not the time where you get it. Really, you have to do way more than before and gotta be more constructive about your teams and everything needs to be on point. You need to have the better damage dealer instead of a Royal Guard because he will not free your for example, Geomancer up when he gets Eden, and maybe he's not the guy who does it, or your Shaman in that moment is kind of provoked and you cannot do it. So it will get way harder for a team like this. But also, I want to show you something that the AI is also totally... First of all, when you kill a head, you're not going to attack it immediately. I think you're going to just attack it on auto when the turn on the exposed neck went down to a 1. So basically the game tells you it is not the best thing in the world to just kill a head and immediately attack it. I think we lost the champion that I actually wanted to show, but I think we can do it anyway. Yes, probably. Hopefully. We are waiting now until we get Eden, and yes, Geomancer will have his skill back. So we got promised that we get, when we attack on auto, that our champions will prioritize heads that have Eden you. But I'm gonna prove now that's not the case. So we're gonna just A1, please take a turn, eat my Shamael. Yes, take a Mercy's turn. So, what I do now I make it on the screen so you can see it. I will press auto and then auto again. We will see, just attack until Geomancer's turn is done. Yes, he has the burn ready. On the right head, we do have the Eden one. So, our Geomancer is supposed to place that burn on the right head. Maybe the conditions are there that he does it all. Hopefully not, so yeah, let's see. And he did not place it on the thing. Again, AI is broken, and maybe Geomancer, you thought about it, is now really good because he will always place that burn on the head that ate you. No, it's not gonna happen. That is not gonna happen. So I think we can end this one right now. It will get harder for teams like that, where you don't have the most damage in the world, and also not like all the necessary things in there, like a block buffs. Maybe you don't have one, and teams like that will be so much harder. And beginners, I feel sorry for you. It's not gonna work for you too much. But what about a mid-game guy? It has done a couple of fusions, did all the things that has been delivered to you over time. Where is actually the team? Then you have something like this, where you have all the necessary parts in it. Everything is cool. You have all the debuffs and all the buffs that you need to make a good team work. Will that change anything for you? First of all, for example, on Nightmare, for the most people, I have really good stats on them right now. For most people on Nightmare, for example, there will not be so much going on, because I think you won't kill the head that you like. You kill a head and then you attack him again, and I don't think you get that HP bar down to 0 really easy. So obviously it's respawning like it would before. If you kill it before, okay, then it's different. But most of the teams that are just kind of average, like 4 right now, he's not average, don't get me wrong. But if you have a team that does a couple of 100 million for you, let's say 200, 300, 400 million before, it's probably gonna just be kind of the same area, because you lose the 500 turns. Obviously it's not gonna be as big, but you would be in the same range. And yeah, a team like this has not really a ton of problems. They will basically stay in the same. We will take a look a little bit. The left head is downed. Now we got big hits on him, but also AI changed. They will not attack, I think, single targets go not on the left one. Let's see when 4 does a turn again. Hopefully he does. Okay, basically you can see on everybody else, they are not attacking the left head right now, because he still has the 2 turns in it. So we got AoE. It's kind of not so great at the moment. We're probably gonna kill it, maybe not. But if you don't have the most damage in the world, it basically doesn't change too much for you. See, Shamael, for example, did not attack the left head for some reason. So basically the game tells you don't attack the heads that you killed immediately again. But there are kind of there are more AI problems. But a team like this will probably exactly be the same for you. Don't you worry. But now we're gonna take a look in a other team. We will take another, I did a couple of teams like comparisons. We will take a look at that on the end. What did I before? What did I do now? And all that. And it's getting kind of funny, guys. It's not gonna... They killed it. They killed it. So let's quickly go into my thingy, because I need to get my Krisk some gear. Just quickly. I didn't save it. Great. But it is right here. He gets his gear back, and also the ninja. This is supposed to be my endgame team, and it did the most before, and it should also do the most for me afterwards. But you will see later on, that is quite not right. That is quite not right. It's kind of ridiculous, but more to that in a second. So we go into endgame right now. We also go lower stages, so you kind of see the difference, but it's so dumb. It's so dumb. But now we will go into Nightmare with our hard-hitting team, or harder. For me, it's a good one, and it's not reachable for everybody. That's what I know. So what kind of AI problems do we have here? We do have a Mikage in there, and she does not prioritize downed heads, first of all. That is maybe good these days. I don't know if it's good to kill those heads 2 times really fast, or if not. That wouldn't be the most problem in the world. But we got promised that we won't attack heads that came back and have that buff. I don't know what's it called right now, but the 100% damage negation. But Mikage did actually attack those heads while we had downed heads and another living head that had no buff. She kind of prioritized that head also. And also ally attack, sorry. If you use it now on a downed head and you kill it right in the middle of it, your champions will actually, like, the head will respawn in the middle of it. So let's say Teox goes first in the ally attack, and he kind of destroyed all the HP, and the head is gonna respawn. Afterwards, Ninja is gonna attack and does 0 damage because he can respawn in the middle of it. Also, Teox is kind of an ally attacker. Same problem. If you kill a head now, and then you almost kill it again, so he's about to respawn, then Teox does A1. He will respawn and Ninja does not get any damage out of it. So they lose a lot of value, to be honest, because the AI and all those kind of mechanics are not that great. For example, I would just let it go. Use an ally attack completely and then respawn. It counts as one skill. Right in the middle of it, just let the head respawn. It's not so good, but it is how it is. This is another problem what we have. So ally attacks kind of not that great anymore. It's not really nice. And this team before did a lot of damage for me. Not anymore. Just not anymore. And I don't even know if I let it go on auto or should I click heads these days. I did a comparison on the end. I will show you what happened, and it's kind of super funny because you will see. But let's see. You maybe think, all right, then harder stages. Okay, let's say it like that. If you do too low damage, you get heavily punished. Really heavily. Beginners have it way harder to reach that 1.2 billion on the end to get that personalized chest, and you are happy. But also, endgame players got really punished for doing more damage. It is, if you do more and more damage, you respawn those heads faster. You have to get in those mechanics a lot faster. You need to get more block buffs out there. You need to have better merciless sets to actually fulfill those conditions, and then you gotta be lucky to get your skill reset, and it's getting just a little bit out of hand. You know what? Let's go on a lower stage. You will kind of see. Did she just attack? I couldn't. Was he just about to respawn and ally attack went straight on the blue head with the buff on it? So we kind of have it on camera. It would be nice. I don't know at the moment, but it would be nice so you can actually see what I meant. But let's see. Just see. Let's go on normal. I will put the gear back on 4 because he's kind of a little bit better. He does AoE all the time, so yes, it is not looking too great on the end. Like, first of all, the damage went down for everybody. Everybody does way less damage now, like way less. You will see in a bit. I will show you screenshots, no problem. But let's go on normal mode. And a really nice team. Like, this is kind of meant to be mid-game, but it has good damage, like good gear on it. We will use it again. It's basically free to play. All the champions in the past for fusions, and then slapping a lot of damage on it. So you maybe think, I do more damage on normal, so I can just maybe do a 1 key or nightmare, but my good team go in normal stages and stuff, so I can do, like earlier, more damage on those, maybe get 800 million in here, and then the other keys are basically giving you the rest or something. But no, that is not gonna happen for you anymore. Really not. You will see on the end, it's so dumb, it's so dumb. But yeah, you make a respawn way faster, and it's actually not so easy to get a double respawn all the time going, so maybe one of them get a buff, like right now we have 2 out of 3 having the buff. Like, we cannot damage them at all. And in a second the other head will respawn, and then also he has the buff. So 1 out of 4 just is attackable. And you can kind of see where that goes. Most of the time you do no damage, like right now, we do no damage. They take so less turns, they're so slow, we have decreased speed that is actually hurting you right now, but you also don't want to miss it, and it's kind of a weird situation. And this right here will do way less damage than the other key would after the multiplier. And it's kind of crazy. So if you're beginner, way harder. If you are endgame, you kind of have to find the stage where you're really supposed to be not doing too much damage, but also not too less, so you can kind of get a decent amount on every stage, instead of just going in one, doing a real ton of damage. And it's really hard to explain, but in Hydra, everything get way harder. It's way more, even I tested a run on where I manualed, I tested a run where I autoed. It was almost the same, so even that motivation is not even there to get even crazier things. Of course, maybe there are some champions that perform way better and they do 100, 200, 300 more than the others. That is totally possible, I can see that one. But in general, a lot of teams are basically doing the same, if it's really endgame stats or just average kind of good stats. And it's kind of the same realm. But you know what? Let's go into the screenshots and I will just show you what's going on. So now let's compare a little bit of teams. At the moment you see a team that didn't go all the way to the end for me. I didn't have the time, but I can already tell I did a lot of runs on other teams. There were about 200 turns. And that damage that you see right now will equal out about 400 million. A little bit less, a little bit more. We can't really tell, but some source of 400 million. We are on Nightmare stage. That is kind of the team I want to compare at the moment. So what did I do? I used this team. You saw it. I used it in the video. And let's go into the next one. I used my Mikage team. On Nightmare comparison, it was 390 million, so also about 400 million. And I was thinking to myself, is it even worth to go harder teams when you just maybe do the same outcome than the other team? So not really looking good, but I'm gonna show you what I usually did with this team. It was doing brutal for me. It was, yeah, let's 1.5 billion, 1.6. It was my best one. I screenshotted it, shared it in the Discord, and yeah, that was kind of my thing in there. I used it only for brutal every time because I had other teams for the others. So I can compare now. And what did it do afterwards? First of all, I'm gonna show you a screenshot where I actually clicked heads that has been killed and maybe get some more damage out of there or something like that. So we went from 1.5, let's say 5, to 40 million. That is really a punch in the face. It is just 1/3 than did before. I'm not feeling great about it, not feeling great. But I also thought, hey, maybe what if I just let the auto thing take over and maybe not attack the heads that got killed right away? What's gonna change? And we went to 430 million. So basically the same number. Me doing something or me not doing something. Also not really great because motivation is not there to actually click something right now or take it as a serious boss. To be honest, if you just auto on the end all the time, it's not gonna be the greatest in the world. But I went further. What if I just go on normal and try to get real good damage? What's gonna happen? And yes, we went down to 300 million. It was full auto, I haven't clicked anything, but this team right here cannot do damage anymore. And that basically shows you for an endgame player the reality of it on the end. If you go from, let's restart, wait. Let's start from here. If you go from that one and then you increase your damage, you increase it, you kill heads faster and all that, it's probably gonna do a little bit more for you, of course. But if you just see, let's say, your damage dropping on the end on a team that does hard mode for you or something, and you just had a new set on your 4 or whoever you're gonna use, and you put it on there, wait, let me give you something to see. And you just put your better gear on your champion, will it actually decrease your damage overall? That could actually happen. It's kind of a weird scenario, but it looks like they want to get you into Nightmare, that you get the most multipliers. I forgot to press the stupid They want to get you into nightmare mode, that you do more multiplayers, and they want to basically limit your damage output for everybody. New players are totally affected, mid-games one are not, and yeah, I feel the worst about people that try to start to get into Hydra, and also for people that have invested so much on the end to just not get something out of it. Basically, they got nerfed, and it's not so good overall. I do not like it. At this point, I would just wish they give us a nerf for Wixur and Trunda, and then we can just use whatever we used before, instead of basically nerfing our damage and also our motivation to actually press something in here. It was basically the same number for me, so why am I even supposed to do anything? And my Mikage even ally attacked on heads that have no damage and stuff. Basically, I lost so much damage because of auto, but it did the same thing for me instead of just clicking heads and all that. Broken AI. I'm not liking it. Please fix it, Plarium. Like that a Geomancer, for example, does his burns also on a head that has eaten you. Ally attacks need to be fixed, and also maybe get it done that you can do more damage on a head when we ally attack, that it does not respawn in the middle of it, or a Teox does A1 and respawns it, Ninja does no damage. It is just, it doesn't feel good, because you basically nerfed our mechanics also. You took too much away and gave nothing back, so we can actually have a great time about it. We are not going out here with a hype mode. I think nobody will be super happy about this. When they see the reality, you do more damage, you get punished. You do too less damage, you get punished. And just like before, the mid-game ones are a 4. Wait, where is it? Wait, no. That's the worst thing about it, I think. That this team right here, that is kind of average, does give you the things, but it does not have any void, overpowered legendaries or something. Does the same damage if it would go to the turn limit, of course. Like this one. It's kind of embarrassing for us to actually try hard. But yeah, that will be the end of the video, of course. Give me a like, I need the special support at the moment. I don't know where I'm going towards with raid content creation right now. It's hard to think outside of the box, and outside of the box is not appreciated in the game, and they take it every time away. So would be amazing if you just drop a like, subscribe if you haven't done already, and yeah, have a nice day.